let's talk about a team that is just legit or lucky. Guys, that's where I want to start off with the Denver Broncos. Are they Broncos lucky or are they legit? Are they a decent football team or are they just getting lucky? Because the Denver Broncos right now is a team with the biggest question mark in the NFL. Now, on Sunday's wild comeback win, everybody was asking the same thing. Are the Broncos really that damn good or are they just really that damn lucky? Because the Denver Broncos guys pulled off an absolutely insane 33-point fourth quarter comeback to beat the New York Football Giants. And let's be honest, for about 3.5 quarters, this team looked flat, sloppy, and lost. And then somehow, some way, Justin Strnad comes up with a miracle interception. Sean Payton loses his mind on the official, and the Broncos steal the win that they probably had no business winning. That's the NFL, baby. Chaos, grit are all rolled into one. But guys, with under 5 minutes to go, Jackson Dart tried to force one into coverage, and Strnad made him pay for it. That play flipped the entire energy in the stadium. Suddenly, the offense woke up. The sideline came alive. Denver rattled off one of the most important comebacks of the season. Sean Payton was so fired up, he literally stormed onto the field to yell at the refs. Classic Payton fire. And when the Broncos drove down and hit the game-winning field goal with 30 seconds left, that's pure grit, that's attitude, that's heart. Let's just be real, though. It was a whole lot of luck. As for exciting as the finish as it was, this team looked rough for most of the afternoon. Let's not sugarcoat it. Denver's defense went from historic to horrific in just 1 week. Last game in London, they held the Jets to minus 10 yards passing. One of the best defensive performances in franchise history. And now, the Giants, tight end Daniel Bellinger, had more yards by halftime than he had the previous 6 games combined. That's tough. The tackling was bad. The coverage was busted. The Giants running back, Tyrone Tracy, ran up the middle for 31 yards untouched. That's unacceptable for Sean Payton's defense. You can't give up plays like that and expect to win consistently. Let's just be honest. The offense wasn't much better either early on. Miscommunications, mixed blocked, stalled drives. The Denver dug themselves into a hole before they finally waking up. So, sitting at 5-2, here's where things stand. The Denver Broncos guys are a really good football team, but they're not playing good football right now. You can't rely on a miracle fourth quarter every week. You cannot rely on your opponent's mistakes every week. That kind of luck does not last in the NFL unless you're the Kansas City Chiefs. This team still has all the pieces. A top-tier head coach, a strong running game, a talented secondary, but if they want to make a playoff run, they got to clean up the mistakes and dominate a team like the New York Football Giants. Because next week, they got the Dallas Cowboys coming into town. And Braun Schottenheimer's offense isn't going to let you hang around and steal one in the fourth quarter. If Denver doesn't tighten things up, 5-2 can turn into 5-4 real quick. That 5-4 can turn into 5-8 real quick. Guys, the Broncos aren't lucky, but they're not elite either. They are somewhere in this gray area where talent meets inconsistency. They've got heart, they've got grit, and they got a coach who won't tolerate mediocrity. But if they want to be taken seriously as contenders, the defense has to get back to the London form. Disciplined, physical, and relentless. Otherwise, this lucky label that the Denver Broncos currently have is going to stick for a long time. But what do you guys think? Are the Broncos for real, or did they just catch lightning in a bottle on Sunday? Comment down below and let's discuss your thoughts. Subscribe, hit the like button. Remember, we're live Monday through Friday at 9 p.m. East Coast time right here at youtube.com. For that's Man Hour. This is the live interactive show. So come hang out, drop your takes, and sound off with the Man Hour crew. And Alpha Rob says, sometimes, Buck, you just need a little bit of luck. But to be honest, though, Alpha Rob, the Broncos didn't have a little bit of luck. They had a lot of luck. They were literally down 19-0 going into the fourth quarter. They were literally down. They had 0 points, like 10 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. And then what happens? They got lucky. You are not going to get lucky like that versus the Kansas City Chiefs. You're not going to get lucky like that versus the LA Chargers. You're not going to get lucky like that versus the Houston Texans, the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Buffalo Bills, Pittsburgh Steelers. The list goes on and on and on. The only teams you're going to get lucky like that against are are the Las Vegas Raiders, the New York Giants, the Jets, the Dolphins, the Bengals, and the Titans. 5 shit teams. Other than that, they're going to be trash. Shane says, let's hear about them Packers. We'll be talking about the Packers in a second. Slow down, baby. Mellow Mike says, Denver got 30 points dropped on the defense by the Giants without Neighbors. How the hell? Now, I'm not the one to toot my horn, but back in May, back in June, July, August, going into September, I said the Giants are going to be a highly overlooked team. The Giants are going to be a lot better than many people expect them to be. As their record will not show it because they got a gauntlet of a schedule, they're still going to be pretty good. However, they're pretty good for 3 quarters. They're not good for full games. If they were good for full quarters, they would be a 5-2 team. But they're not. But it is what it is what it is. It is what it is what it is what it is. But guys, are the Green